Hi guys, this is Mike from Longway Planetarium with another video about how to find some objects in the night sky. Today I'm going to show you how to find the constellation of Orion and a star cluster within the constellation of Orion called Colander 70. Colander 70 is an easy to find cluster. It's fairly bright, and it's one of several night sky objects that is actually better viewable through a pair of binoculars just like these. These are just a pair of average 10 by 50 binoculars. You should be able to pick them up for about $30 to $70 either in a sporting goods store, Walmart, or online. But binoculars are definitely better for viewing the Colander 70 cluster. So we're going to start looking just after sunset tonight, probably about 20 to 9 or so, and we're going to face towards the south. And we're going to look for 3 bright stars in a straight line, which we can see right here. And these make up the belt of Orion the Hunter. And once we find the 3 bright stars, we can find the rest of Orion. Let's make it a little bit bigger and put it right front and center here. We can find the 3 belt stars here, Alnitak, Alnilam, and Mintaka. And then straight up we'll see a reddish-orange star here. That's the supergiant Betelgeuse. Just to the right of that and a little bit down is the star Bellatrix. This is the other shoulder of Orion. Further down we can see another bright blue supergiant. This is the star Rigel. And then off to the left we can see the star Saiph, which is a blue giant star that makes up the other knee of Orion. So once we found Orion and we get to the 3 belt stars, what we're going to do is kind of search across the 3 belt star region with our binoculars. So when we do that, we can see there's kind of almost like a S shape or a serpentine river of very bright blue stars that are kind of winding around the 3 belt stars. So let's put that specifically in a binocular view here. We can see here's our 3 belt stars, Alnitak, Alnilam, and Mintaka, and then we can see this river of stars that just kind of flows around the 3 belt stars. And these are fairly easy to find. This is again the view that you'd have through a pair of 10 by 50 binoculars. So this star cluster is called sometimes the Orion Belt Cluster, and what a star cluster is it's a grouping of stars, and this one in particular is about 1,260 light years away from Earth on average. And the cluster means that these stars are gravitationally bound to each other. They travel through space together. Most of them would have come into being roughly the same time. They're relatively young, probably only a few million years old on average, and they're fairly bright. A lot of these are massive, very luminous B-class stars that are many times the size of our sun and much brighter. And so again, they have that nice S shape, which is fun to pick out in a pair of binoculars. If you looked at this through a telescope, it's actually a little bit, you wouldn't be able to see the whole thing. That's something you can only do in a wider field of view of a pair of binoculars. So just we're going to take a look at a couple other pictures that we have here. This is a quick picture that I shot through a pair of binoculars just with my cell phone camera. Not the best picture, but we can see here's the star Alnitak. Alnilam is the middle belt star, and then Mintaka is just here off the edge of the cell phone. But we can see that winding cluster of stars. It's just wrapping around all 3 of the belt stars. Final picture I have here is just one I took through my smallest telescope, and so here we can actually see the 3 belt stars here, Alnitak, Alnilam, and Mintaka, and then we can see those stars wrapping around the 3 belt stars. But this is another example of why using a pair of binoculars is actually better on this cluster because Orion's a very rich, dense region of stars, and so through the telescope we're actually able to see a lot deeper field. We're able to see a lot of field stars here, which are not necessarily part of the cluster, so they kind of ruin our view of that a little bit. We can even see a little bit of the Flame Nebula and the Horsehead Nebula over here. So much better actually to look through through a pair of binoculars where that cluster, or that S-shaped cluster, really stands out. So that's it for today's video. Go out and feel free to take a shot at looking and finding the constellation of Orion if you're just looking with the naked eye. But definitely, if you have a pair of binoculars, challenge yourself and try and find Colander 70 here wrapping around the 3 belt stars. So that's it for this video, and we are going to be making some additional videos like this one, just to show some other hidden objects that you can see in the night sky. So go out there, enjoy the beauty of the night sky, and we will see you next time. Thanks.